The analysis of flower petals is completed. Please choose a new specimen in the list to begin a new analysis. Incoming message.
R&D wishes me to tell you these colored petals are useful for two things: dating and creating color cartridges. Mandatory reminder that you are under 24/7 surveillance. The
24/7 surveillance.
Is now accessible in Tier 2.
Alright, Ada, now you're kind of freaking me out. Hello again, guys. Now, we are here with episode 2, and we are going to be pretty much doubling everything here, and probably moving this down there where the copper vein is. And we also, as you saw at the beginning there, we also got our flower petal research done. Now, if we had like a ton more, I think we could do more with it, but I'm not really sure. I can't click on it, so maybe not. So now we're going to start Paleberry just because we have some. Actually, yeah, see, this one takes longer. Alright, so now that's about a 5-minute research, and we'll see what it has to say about the berries. And this is what's so annoying about biomass. Every time one of them runs out, if you forget it, it's going to trip out the fuse for the entire system. Then you have to fill it back up and turn it back on. And then it's also a good chance to fuel up the other one, so now they'll both go down fairly at the same time if I don't remember to check them at some other point. Now, I realized that, like an idiot, I had claimed that that we had unlocked the ability to have splitters at the end of the last episode. And I realized that that was not the case, and that we still had a bunch of stuff to do to unlock them. Now with this logistics upgrade, now we have them.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge and split to increase the complexity and efficiency of your factory. A productivity display will help you measure and improve the productivity of individual buildings to enable optimization.
So now we can pull from here and split into both of them and keep both of them fed, because they're both going to take 30 per minute. This belt can hold 60, and then it'll output 30 to both of these. So we're not going to see these things, we're not going to see them fill up like the other stuff can. We won't really see them fill up, but they are working at maximum efficiency. Oh man, I really need to get the chainsaw and cut all this stuff down. Of course, this one already had a ton in here. I was gonna say, why isn't it producing? Alright, there it goes. It shouldn't ever stop anymore. Neither one of them should. Unless these things hit 100 here, then the inputs will just start going up and up and up. And then once that hits 100, this belt will back up, this thing will fill itself up with 100, stop, and then this will fill up. And that can be a really nice buffer if you want it to be. But at the same time, whenever you're saving up for these really expensive things like we have been, and it only gets worse. Well, not really worse. It's a cool mechanic, and I like it, especially since we didn't watch it when it happened, but that freighter just flew off, and now we have another 30 seconds before he's going to come back, which is why we can't. Sounds kind of like, yep, the sound was him coming into the atmosphere. Now he's just going to land. So, you know, the upgrades in this game, it's less, well, I mean, it's still the same mechanic. You're still having to give them stuff that you make to progress through the game. But the way they do it is so that, you know, you get this stuff and you're sending it through the freighter to home base, you know, wherever it is. Maybe there's a satellite up there. or not a satellite, but like a base, a star base up there where this thing can go to. But you're contributing to Project Assembly. So everything we send gets sent to them for the project. And then the more we send them, the more rewards they give us, you know, to upgrade. Ooh, biofuel. And lookout tower. We might have to do this next. Yeah, instead of renewable power, which we're almost done with. Damn it. Alright, we'll do this one first. So the only thing we're actually short on right now is wire. And this is why we needed 2 constructors making wire. Because it takes so long and we need so much of it. 500. And this is just the start. It's going to get much, much worse with how much wire we need for things. So now it's just back and forth. Back and forth. From there to the wire. We really need to get this stuff put up. Hey, doggo, how come you're not following me anymore? Hey, you found stuff. Is that what you're running off to do now, is find something? Huh. That was weird. But you found those little nut things for me. That's awesome. See, we never did come back here. The analysis of the pale berry is completed. Please choose a new specimen in the list to begin a new analysis.
Paleodictyopora berries, or pale berries, can be added to the object scanner catalog after unlocking the new blueprint in Hub Tier 1.
Alrighty then. So now we're going to do the alien carapace. And that'll be 7.5 minutes. If we can remember to come back. And again, I find myself running towards copper. We really need to get this automated. I just don't want to belt it all the way over there. But soon we won't need to find ourselves running towards copper. Now we're doing the same thing over here that we were doing over there. Splitting the 1 for 2, which we could actually do for this one, because this only takes 15 per minute, but it's being fed 30 from here, because while it takes 30 per minute, it makes 30 per minute. So this could actually be made better, but for right now, for what we need for upgrades and everything, we're actually sitting pretty good at the moment. We find ourselves making this stuff easier and easier. Now we're about to launch the utility upgrade. Now when we hit launch,
Milestone
we can
reached.
jump off.
You have unlocked several structures aimed to provide the first needed to build basic factory infrastructure. Additionally, the biofuel blueprint will ensure improved fuel consumption of biomass burners. Additionally, you can now build the space elevator, which is integral to your contribution to Project Assembly.
Alright, now the space elevator is basically just a way to send stuff like you're doing here, but in a much bigger way. You might have heard of the idea of having a space elevator in real life so that we could send things to space faster. It's a concept that's not all that new. So now that pod will come back in 2 minutes. We can select milestones, but we can't actually do anything with them at the moment. Alright, so the The freighter came back and we were able to choose a new one. Now we're going to go for personal storage. And I believe we already have everything we need for it. But during that last upgrade, we unlocked biofuel. Biofuel takes longer to burn. So you create biofuel with the biomass that you would normally make and stick in your biomass generator. This way, it takes much less or much more time in between whenever you actually have to pay any attention to these things, since it burns so much faster. Well, I mean, it lasts so much longer. That's what I was going for. And I was right. We had everything we needed for personal storage already.
Milestone reached. Additional storage options have been provided. R&D inflated your pocket dimension and developed a personal storage box accessible in the build menu.
So we now have the ability to build these storage containers, so we don't just have to use this one. And that also increased the size of our personal inventory. Now this thing was used up. The analysis of the alien carapace is completed.
Additional samples are required for R&D to continue developing a defense-oriented blueprint. The creature has been named Phacocoirus plumiuscata, or fluffy-tailed hog.
Alright, now with this one, it was added right back to our system. Because if we can get 10 of them, we'll get a defense upgrade, which I'm assuming is like armor. But now we can go with something else. And this guy, we actually already had one of these, but our little dude gave us another one, the lizard doggo. So we're gonna put that in there. We also have some of this ore and some of those nuts that we could put in there as well after that's done. And we're running back to copper because we're out of copper. Man, I really want to get this situated. Alright, so we got power out here to where the copper ore is. Now, we can't even move it out of the ground as fast as it can make it. We're gonna feed it into 3. We might turn one of them off, at least in the beginning, because we can't populate all 3 belts fast enough. Because it comes in at 60 and then it's gonna get split 20, 20, 20. Once we get another tier of this belt, it'll be able to feed it into this fast enough to where this thing can split it. At least better. But, at least for now, it doesn't really matter because one of them, two of them are going to be able to keep going. It should still be faster than running 2. Alright, so this isn't finished yet because we only have 3 out of the 6 that we can build. But I ran out of some of the materials needed to make the constructors, so we're gonna have to go grab some of that and come back. But look at this is beautiful. Uh-oh. What was that? It looks like things are still working, so it wasn't the power. We gotta go check and see what the power's at though, while we go run and grab the other mats. Alright, now we have some monster wire production now. You see this one is still pretty congested, and that's because this thing is still letting out everything it had, considering it wasn't feeding anything there for a bit. Now, this did take so much space that we are currently uh-oh. Oh wow, okay. So see, this is what happens when you run out of power. For some reason, these things are still able to move. Wow, okay, so the whole point is here, massive production for this. I mean, each one of them's gonna put out 45 per minute, and we've got 6 of them. So that's gonna be insane. I don't know if we actually need copper ingots for anything else besides this. I guess we'll find out later.
One eternity later.
So we actually ended up peaking 2 megawatt hours over our production. So we have built another biomass burner to increase us to 80, and it on startup everything always peaks up, so yeah, we're looking at 62 as our max with 80 as our ceiling now. Alright, so as we were oh hey, look at this. What's up with all the carrots on the ground? What? They're everywhere. How am I just now noticing that there's carrots all over the ground? Were they always here? Can I eat them? I can eat them. Oh, they give like the smallest little amount of health back. I ate them all. Okay. No more carrots. That was strange. Anyway, what? I mean, probably over quadrupled this production. I think at the end we had, what, 2? We had 2 making wire, but only 1 making cable. So we had 2, now we have 6. So we tripled it. And now, I said we were gonna like double everything, but we didn't really double everything. I've got this making concrete for us because we're gonna need loads of it, especially if basically all of our factory is gonna be in the sky. Now I doubled how much of these rods that we're making. Well, it would be if everything was connected to the dang power lines. So I doubled how many iron rods we have being created, but I did not double the plates. I need a different setup before I can split this off again. Well, actually, it takes 30, so I can't really split it off. We can get another smelter, but the problem with getting another smelter is that we can't bring any more than this in, and this right here is what's being used by these two. We'd also have to move some stuff around because the splitter isn't in the very good spot. But we need to double what we're bringing in here before we can actually send what we need across all 3 sides of the splitter. So not everything was doubled like I said that we were going to, but it looks like we're on a very good start. I mean, we doubled some things, tripled some others, and just kind of left things how they were. This is automated now, so this is just going to keep going until this is all fill. And I was thinking about doing that over here, but there's so many of them we're not going to need. We don't need one. I mean, I don't even know if we're going to cause all of these to do cable, because that's going to take a lot of room. And I mean, we're going to be up there soon, so I don't want too much to tear down. So I built the lookout tower here, and we can kind of overlook our entire base now. We can't really see everything off over there because of that really awesome looking tree. It's leaning. That whole tree is leaning. Interesting. But it covers up basically that entire operation over there. And then we can see our cement production here. Well guys, we didn't really push it out any further, but now that we got all 3 of these producing at a pretty decent rate, now I think we can push out and hopefully start building up in the next episode. So you guys, if you would hit that like button if you like the episode, hit subscribe if you want to watch more of my content, and remember to hit that bell to be notified whenever my videos go live. Hope you guys have a great day. This is BlackFire signing off.